I just wanted some advice, really, on a company that I had treating my lawn for about a year prior to me sort of saying, it's not up to standard. The stuff they're putting down was causing fungi to grow, and with having a young puppy at the time, I didn't particularly want the dog to be eating the fungi that was growing in the grass. So I contacted them and said, what can we do about it? And then COVID hit. So nothing really happened.
Sorry, Alex, I'm just pausing you there if you don't mind. When you say you said to them, what can we do about it? Did you cancel the contract or continue with the contract?
So I wanted to continue, and they said that a service manager would come out and assess it. So they did send somebody out, but then I didn't hear anything because COVID happened, and then I just heard nothing. They just went silent. So because I didn't hear anything from them for quite some time. I tried calling, and their phone lines were turned off. They said due to COVID they weren't able to accept calls. I sent them an email. I didn't get a response, so I cancelled the direct debit. I didn't think anything more of it until 15 months later. I got an invoice saying that I owed them 15 months worth of direct debits. And when I rung them, they finally opened their phone lines back up, and they said, yes, we still continue to attend after you cancelled the direct debit. I said, but why did it take you 15 months to notify me that I knew I'd cancelled the direct debit. I did it myself. But why did you not contact me that if you were going to continue sending your operative? Because I was out when he was attending. It turns out that it was during the daytime when I was at work.
Yep. Did you know they were attending? Do you have a Ring doorbell or anything like that?
No. They so basically my garden isn't attached to my house. It's separate to the property. Yep. So you're able to access it without coming to the front door. Yeah. And basically the operative, I said, just go to the garden and put the stuff on. And
so they continued coming. They weren't invoicing you?
No. So I didn't receive anything apart from marketing literature. And the occasional thing like a calendar they sent me, which I just assumed was just bumps that they send out to their clients.
So now they want 15 months. Why is it you think you shouldn't be liable? I think I can guess your answer, but tell me.
Well, because I'd cancelled the direct debit, and because I hadn't been able to get hold of them to say, well, you've not come back and sorted this. I wanted it to stop, and
now,
you didn't.
Of course, you said I don't want you to think I'm being critical here. I'm just asking you the questions. You said you sent them some emails and they didn't respond. Did any of your emails say, "I'm cancelling the service. I've cancelled the direct debit"?
No, they did not, no.
Okay. So this is actually going to be quite a tricky one, Alex. On the one hand, they've done what you agreed with them that they should do and they're entitled to payment. On the other hand, it's a bit weird they weren't chasing you for payment. I don't know whether they would have received a notice of cancellation of direct debit from the bank, but they would have known that the money wasn't going through and that you weren't paying. So it's slightly bizarre that they continued providing the service for 15 months without chasing you in any way, because you'd have thought they'd think, well, if Alex isn't paying us, why should we turn up to his garden and use our very expensive special products on his garden that cause fungi to grow? Didn't you notice the fungi was still growing? Didn't your puppy get sick?
No, because basically the garden during COVID and so on, we weren't having the garden parties. We weren't using the garden anywhere near like we were previously, having people around and such like.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So I'm afraid I think that their argument that you never cancelled the contract, that they delivered the service, they're entitled to be paid for it, is a better argument and is more likely to win in front of a judge than your argument, which is you were trying to contact them, didn't tell them that you wanted to cancel the contract and just stopped paying them.
Right.
And I think if they take you to court, they will win. I say I think. I'm pretty confident, Alex. So this sounds to me like it's absolutely screaming out for you to do some sort of deal with them and offer them £50 or something of that nature.
Yeah. Well, that's brilliant. That's great, Daniel. Thank you so much.